Right, welcome to another session on how to use your Solafide account. After logging in, if it's your first time, you're required to create a new entity. And this is how it goes. Come on. Entity does not want to create. Alright. So for your new entity, you need to key in the entity's information, such as the entity's name, taxation number, registration number. The registration number is optional. If your company doesn't have or your organization does not have a registration number, is not a big deal. And then after, address line, country, city, state, province, and zip code. And then you move next to the contact information, which is the email, website, optional, and phone number, which is also optional. And also, you also need to fill in the business setting. Now, this business setting is about the fiscal year start. Normally, businesses begin from January to December. Well, depending on your organization or when you start, you can still edit it in case you want to. If it's not your business started in February, March, April, or any other month, you can edit. But it's defaulted to begin in January. Then after, you choose a file. Okay, after setting the fiscal year start, you now go to the entity's logo. If your organization has a logo, you choose a file from your documents and fit it in there. If it doesn't have, cool, you can still continue. And then here is another crucial area that is also very technical. If you forget to approve it, like allowing your information in the system to be recorded using the accrual method. This is for businesses that mostly run with cash, whose main finance is cash in, cash out. Advise to use the accrual method, but it's optional, but it's also necessary. And once you are done filling in all of this information, you tap on the create button down here, and then your organization will be created. And once it's created, it will look like this. Right, once your organization is created, it's going to look like this. Like this organization, the name is Hope Enterprise. And you can also edit at any time. Like in case you get new information that you want to add to your organization's basic information, you can edit. Okay. So once you've created your organization, this is how it's going to appear. And then you can also edit. So this is for Hope Enterprise, taxation number, blah blah blah. Address line, Douala, country, Cameroon, and every other basic information. So assuming that I want to add registration number to my business, I just come here and edit. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I save. So it has been added, and here's our Hope Enterprise. Now we tap on the open button. So here's our entities dashboard. Now from the dashboard, you can see the assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, expenses, earnings/losses. If you want to know if your business is making profit or if your business is making losses, it will automatically appear on the dashboard once you start keying in the information required from the accounting to the sales to the purchase and every other thing on the left tab. And when you scroll downward, you also see that the Solafide system also gives you a financial analysis. Okay, you can see that the system also allows you to view your financial analysis, like your financial performance on current ratio, quick ratio, debt to equity, profitability, return on assets, net profit margin, and even your gross profit margin for that particular financial accounting period. And also from the dashboard, scrolling downward, you can also see your receivables, like your receivables and payables. those you're owing and those who are owing you. You can also see it from the dashboard. Very interesting, right? Yes. And also on this button you can see if you want to create credit invoice, cash invoice, invoice receipt, bill purchase, bill payment, expense payment, customer, supplier, product, service, stock in, stock out. From this arrow up here, you can do that. And also one other interesting aspect about this Solafide system is you don't necessarily need to create all the typing or the transactions one after another and start checking which account to debit, which account to credit. You can just come to the AI and you tap on whatever you want, assuming that the customer came in and purchased products costing 500,000, and you type it on the AI will automatically transform everything for you, the financial statement, the journal entry, the invoice, everything you need, anything required as far as the accounting is concerned. The AI automatically does it and reduces your stress, your time, and your energy. Okay, now let's go to the various components within the Solafide system. So first things first, we'll begin with the management. So on the management tab, you see suppliers, customers, bank and cash, entity unit, and CRM, meaning customers relation management. So let's begin with the suppliers. Now this is for organizations that have their suppliers and their specific customers. Here, if you want to add a supplier to your supplier list or create a supplier list, this is what you should do. After tapping on the suppliers button, you come to the supplier's name. Tax registration number is optional in case the supplier has, or in case the supplier does not have. It's not really necessary. Then the address line, which address line 1 is necessary. Then address line 2 is optional. Then the country, tax regime, also optional. Then the city, state, province, and zip code. And then you also come to the supplier's contact information. This is optional for some organizations and necessary for some others, well, depending on the type of supplier you have. Then after filling all of this, if you choose to hide your supplier's contact, you tap on hidden. But in case you want it to be made to appear normally on your dashboard, you can untap. And then once you're done, you can save. And you can also save anew. This save anew means you've saved this particular supplier's information and you want to create a new one. When you tap on the save anew, it will Alright, once you've saved anew, once you tap on the save anew, it will save and a new list will appear to add another customer. So let's do a little bit of practical example. A supplier name, let's say Conjecam. Tax registration number, which of course is optional, so we're going to neglect that. Address line, let's say Douala. Country, Cameroon. City, let's just say Bepanda, for example. And these other ones are also this email, website, phone number. My client does not have that, so I'm not going to fill it into this supplier's information, and I'll tap on save and new. Here is it. Supplier info saved successfully. Since I tapped on save and new, the dashboard will produce another supplier information for me to key in. But I guess that's enough for now. Next, we'll go to customers. So if you want to create or add to your customer list, you come on add customers. Customer's name, similar to that of the supplier, but very few changes. Address line, company name, country, city, contact information, and same as that of the supplier, then save or save anew. So next we move to the bank and card. So this is in case you want to add a particular bank's information to your system to know withdrawals and deposits and all the rest. So create an account name if it's card or if it's a bank, account type, and if it's a bank, you see here banking details, account number, routine number, and all the rest. This one is optional if it's for a bank, and associated accounts, and then the status, mark active. If your customer is very active, you mark active, but if your customer is dormant, know that customers are come once in a while and that customers also come regularly, so you can mark active and then you create. So let's do a little bit of example here. Account name, let's say Hope Enterprise checking, let's say those are either checking, but if it's for, let's say, credit union or a bank, you can put on savings depending on the customer. But now we allow for checking since it's a store. Now we're not going to fill in any banking details because we don't have a bank account, but if you have a bank account, cool, you just fill in the necessary information. And then you come to cash account. Now these are the accounts involved. For cash, under the OHADA, these are the accounts, then the account code and every other thing you need to know. So now this one is cash in hand, status active, and we create. So you see this one has been created successfully, and if you want to have a view of what it's all about, you can just tap on that and cool, it appears like this. Then if you want to check on the physical year, like when you register this particular account, this particular customer, the year in which the month rather